Today we are going to do two experiments, one with a smart iron-on glitter vinyl and one with some infusible ink vinyl. And on one of them we're going to put the iron-on vinyl on a star. We're going to give that a try. And then we're going to experiment with infusible ink on a bookmark. And I want to keep this simple because these are experiments with, can I use the iron-on glitter vinyl with an iron? And can I embed infusible ink with an iron? And so you've got to have it hot. I've got my iron turned up as hot as it'll go. I have the steam setting off. And so we're going to prep these two things. I have this star that I found at Walmart, and it has, I'm just going to take out that twine there. And I'm going to, I really like this kind of neutral paper that has wreaths all over it. I thought that would be fun. And so I'm going to go ahead and create a star pattern with that. And then we're going to glue that down to the star and then put our glitter vinyl on top of that. So that is the plan and the experiment for today. how we like that. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks really great. And so we're going to go into the Make It screen, and we've got this really pretty vinyl that is glitter. Hold on, see what I did? We need to go back and cancel that because I do not need the star printed. So I can get rid of the star. I don't need the star to be cut out of vinyl. I have a wooden star. Then I can go into Make It. And I'm really experimenting here because this is going to be on a board, but it is iron-on vinyl. And so let's continue with that. My base material, I am going to find in my, I'm going to browse my materials into vinyl. I'm going to go to iron-on. And then I can find all of my iron-on selections. And here is Smart Iron-On Glitter. Now, this is an experiment as usual because I'm kind of new at this. And so I'm going to get this put on the mat, and we'll get this cut and get back to it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put down parchment on my ironing pad. Then I'm going to put my star. I have another piece of parchment here that I'm going to use over the top of that. So here we go. Let's see if I can position this word so it looks good here. Line it up. I really like that. I think that's really nice. Okay, now I'm going to have to hold this down for about a minute, and I'm going to try to cover that entire word. And when I look at it, I see that my iron actually can cover the entire word. So I'm going to look and then set it down. And I'm going to check all around. Make sure I'm not seeing any parts of the word. And I'm just going to hold this for a minute. Okay, so that's been a minute. So I'm going to let that cool, and then we will peel that off and see if it worked. While that is cooling, let's be getting our infusible ink experiment ready. So here's my infusible ink. I thought it would be fun to try this interesting floral. So, oh, I like that. So I've mentioned before that we have a desiccant that comes out of there. This little test piece of cloth that I'm using for a game that we play. It always comes with pieces of butcher paper and then the ink. And you see the difference in the colors of ink between the box and the actual sheets. Well, that's because once it infuses, it will change to the color of the box. So I want to use the floral part of it. So I'm just going to measure what I've got there, and I'm going to cut it slightly bigger so I can see just where I need to have that ink to lay down. I have a bookmark blank, and this bookmark comes with some tassels and things, but I'm keeping all of that off for now. It has a protective plastic over the top. And so what I like about that is it doesn't require any further preparation of the blank. So this is going to lay down right on the ink side. Okay, so the white side to the ink side. And I need to use some heat resistant tape to hold that. And I want to make sure that that tape does not get between the blank and the vinyl. So I'm just going to put that over like that. And then let's tape the other side. And I'm going to leave the backing on the infusible ink so that when I iron, I have a little bit of protection. So now I'm going to go my parchment and then my vinyl and my blank. And then I'm actually going to use a bit of the butcher paper. So I'm going to put those down. Then I'm going to bring back my other piece of parchment. And then, okay, so here's my blank. I'm going to shift this because I'm going to put my iron down sideways. So, same thing. I'm going to make sure I've got the whole thing covered. And I'm going to go straight down and check to make sure it looks like it's covered. And infusible ink needs to get up to 400 degrees in order to sublimate. Don't know for sure if that's going to happen. I do have my iron on the highest setting, so I'm going to just really press this down, and I think we'll go at least a minute, maybe more, and we're going to have to peek and kind of see if it looks like it's working. So I'm going to hold this down with pretty firm pressure for a minute. Okay, that's been a minute. So what I'm going to do now is flip it and do another minute on the opposite side. Oh dear. Let's see if I can line that back up. Okay, parchment back down. Kind of getting a gauge of where we are. Firm pressure once again for a minute. Okay, I've actually been holding that down for about a minute and a half, and I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. We shall see. I'm going to put that to the side to cool a bit. And let's take a look at our piece with the iron-on glitter. Oh, okay. Part of that laid down and part of it didn't. So what I'm going to do is go back to this and go ahead and do a repress because it's partially done. So here we go, another minute. Okay, there's our other minute up. So once again, I'm going to put this over here to cool. Now let's check out our infusible ink. Pull up the heat-resistant tape. It worked! That worked with an iron. Okay, so let's pull that all off. Look at that. And you notice, okay, let's compare how the color was before. And so the color really comes out. This looks like it's somewhere between the two. But it worked. The infusible ink worked. Now, I'm just going to rub across it. Oh, and it's not coming up. It's permanent. And look at the paper. So it looks like it transferred pretty much all of the ink. And I'm so excited that it worked. So I did 1 minute one side, flipped it, did another minute the other side, and then let it cool. And look at that beautiful bookmark. So tomorrow I'm going to be making a matching mug. And since now I know this works, we're going to try the same thing on a coaster and see if I can get sort of a mug, coaster, and bookmark set so that someone could drink their cocoa, have their coaster, and be able to use their bookmark. And I'll show you how we're going to finish off this bookmark. So be sure to come in tomorrow. That will be day 12 of our 12 days of Christmas, and we'll finish that off. Okay, let's take a look at the piece one. Okay. Oh, look at this. Very carefully. It worked. Look at that. Okay, so here's the wonderful thing. If you do not have a heat press, you can still use the iron-on glitter, and you can use the infusible ink. That is really great. And so to finish this off, I'm actually going to find my hole there, punch my hole, and let's put a pretty bit of ribbon through there and finish off that, that little piece board. So since this doesn't have very much color, I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of gingham ribbon and just put that right through there so that we can hang it. Okay, and that is today was a lot of experimenting, but it's very encouraging because of what you can do, even if you don't have all the fancy tools. There we go. And so I'll show you the finished version of that. And then remember to tune in tomorrow for day 12, where we finish this and finish an entire gift that is connected to that. And so that finishes day 11 of our 12 days of Christmas. Please comment, share, and subscribe this video if you liked it, or if you have other ideas for how to use these materials.